So long story short, Grace Randolph did not like the second when they killed off Joel in the show. And she also says that Abby was never cruel, and then tries to like walk that back. We did a video on this on Monday. Thank you guys for that. That video is doing very well. So thank you guys. But so here we go. Grace Randolph, and she's going to explain why she has rage quit the show. But first, she's going to talk about, she's still going to glaze the show as to how great it is. So here's the first clip.
Better about it. So that kind of puts me in a weird holding pattern.
Hang on. Let me put it at normal speed. I'm not going to force you guys to listen to it at times too.
But then also this The Last of Us situation took up a lot of my emotional bandwidth. You know, it was as horrible as I thought it would be talking about it online. And that was one of the reasons that I decided not to cover it.
Well, she knew that this episode was coming, and she wanted no part of it. She wanted no part. It makes so much sense, chat, doesn't it? Makes so much sense that she got out just before this episode. Because, again, she did not like the show, and she has quit watching the show. But she doesn't want to come across, she doesn't want to criticize the show because her lunatic audience, which is comprised mainly of feminist and fucking alphabet people and retards, people as retarded as she is, if they see her criticizing the show, therefore she is criticizing the gay. And she knows that. Grace is smart enough to know that if she criticizes this show, the fucking woke freaks in her audience are going to take that like she's criticizing LGBTQ lead characters. And, you know, accordingly, you must not criticize anything with alphabet people leads, female leads, gay leads, non-white leads. You can't do it. So that's why Gracie is getting out of it.
But as I made my announcement, and also mentioned it today on YouTube, a number of you came from a really good place, and you said that you really wanted to talk about it, at least this episode. And
yeah, so she's gonna talk about it. So hang on, I got my clips order a little bit out of order here. Okay, next clip is at 3:15. Let's jump to that. Gracie, you need to change up your format as well, and you need to change up your background as well. It's just it's not good. There's too much shit. It's just too much shit all over the place. Fucking like fucking your membership shit's always up there. Nobody wants to be a member. I'll pay a monthly membership fee to fucking Grace Randolph. Like, I'm sorry, nobody wants to do that.
Story number one. Boop. Okay.
Okay, hang on. Let me turn her down just a tad.
So, The Last of Us. Oh, man. What a show. Really, one of the greatest shows that I think HBO has ever had.
It's so great, she's going to stop watching it. Like, what is she? I don't know what this chick is on. Simple Grace Randolph. Now, ordinarily, if a show is one of the greatest things of all time or one of the greatest show, I mean, let's take a look. It's not better than Game of Thrones, even despite Game of Thrones' ending. It's not better than House of the Dragon. What else is on? What else was on HBO? Better than The Sopranos? That's one. Oh, God, yes, B-Lion. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. Don't worry. That's coming up soon. Oh, yes, Penguin. I'd put Penguin over this. What else was on HBO? God, I can't. I'm drawing a blank right now.
And so it's so bizarre to see what is happening to it. And in many ways, people...
Is it, Grace? Is it? Okay, everyone who played the game knew that this was going to happen. We have been saying this was going to happen. Yes, Andra. Yes, I was thinking about that. Yes, The Wire. That was the one I was thinking of. Yes, I'd put Eastbound and Down over this as well. Yes, but I was thinking of The Wire earlier. I couldn't remember if that was on HBO or not, but yes, it was. Now that you mention it, thank you for that. Yes. So apparently The Last of Us is better than all of those fucking things. But
so bizarre to see what is happening to it. And in many ways, people who watch the games
People who watch the games. I miss that in the video. People don't watch the game. People play the games, Grace. They don't sit there and watch the game. I know that you watch the cutscenes and you think you're an expert. You know just as much as the people who played the games, Grace. But no, you don't. Now, granted, I gotta confess, I boycotted the game and didn't play it either. But at least I watched like a full playthrough of the game when it first came out. I think I watched Mahler play it through, come to think of it, because his playthrough is pretty fucking hilarious. But anyway, so I did watch like the full on game be played, but like I said, I was boycotting the game. I wasn't giving him Druckmann my money. And I probably could have gotten it for free at some point, but I have no desire to even fucking play it. So fuck that game anyway. But Gracie here watches the cutscenes, and then she thinks that she knows just as much as those who played it.
Are saying it's a similar situation. I actually don't agree, but I think that the baggage of the first situation is really.
She just said that she doesn't feel like the situation going on right now with the show is the same as what went on with the game. What happened with the game? Everybody fucking rage quit the game and everybody stopped playing it, and nobody bought the game because everybody hated it because everybody loved Joel and wanted to play the game as Joel. And she just rage quit the show, and she's like, I don't see that much of a parallel between the two. Unbelievable. Funny how that works, isn't it? Just intelligence at its finest.
Is really putting a shadow over this discussion, and I think making it more complex than it otherwise maybe would be. But there's a lot of things. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is that yes, I was so excited about season 2 that I watched the cutscenes of the second game.
She does this with everything. She did this with Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. She did it with that. She does that with every single one of these games. And then she thinks that like she's qualified to come on and talk about it like she knows just as much as everybody else does. Genius, 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 chat.
And I totally understand that I didn't watch the gameplay.
Here it
and some
comes.
of you say that makes a big difference. And I totally feel that I understand where you're coming from, but I feel I got a pretty good feel for the game from just watching the cutscenes. And
she got a pretty good feel from just watching this. Well, good for you. Good for you, Chlamydia Burns. Okay, so then we get to this is her Abby take, which I just thought was hilarious.
Game Abby versus show Abby. And there's the exact same sequence in the game versus in the show. Now, I had said that Abby was never cruel, and I did that as a cheeky reference to Severance.
Yeah, so if you saw her tweet, she basically did like a whole like thing, like basically just like, I think I have it somewhere. Let me see if I can, hang on. Let me see if I might be able to pull it up for you guys right now. Let me see if I can pull it up. It might take me 15 seconds. Yes. Yep, I got both of them actually. Perfect. I'll pull it up for you guys right now. So this is her tweet that she's talking about here. I'm not going to cover The Last of Us Season 2, and we'll probably stop watching the show. I really disliked last night's episode, despite liking the cutscenes, of course, of the second game quite a bit. Abby was never cruel. She just randomly drops that. But I see a lot of people enjoyed the actress's performance, so I don't want to be critical of it. And you don't want to be critical of the gay, of course. So, yeah, she sneaks that Abby was never cruel in there when everything else, the other 3 sentences, paragraphs, whatever you want to call them, like those are just like honest, like genuine reviews. And then she drops that. How the hell are we reading that supposed to understand that you're doing a reference or that was meant sarcastically or anything like that? No, I think that's what she meant. And she's trying to walk it back here.
Abby was never cruel.
And she's doing a horrendously terrible job at it.
In the show. Now, I had said that Abby was never cruel, and I did that as a cheeky reference to Severance.
Yep. Sure.
And some people thought it was funny and got what I was going for, and some people just got really upset. They were like, what? Abby was so cruel. And I think that cruel, maybe I used it because that's what they had from Severance, but I think that that was the wrong word to get across what I was thinking. And some
Well, then why did you use it, Gray? Oh, because it was a reference. Yeah. Sure. Do you not like understand? Did you not like read it? Do you know? Does you? I think you know what, chat. I think she doesn't even know what the word cruel means. I think it's more likely that Gracie doesn't even know what the word cruel means.
somebody else picked the correct word, and that was sadistic. And I thought that was the right word.
She was sadistic in the game. Did you see that sex scene, Grace? That sex scene with Abby in the second game is fucking sadistic.
So here we go.
And now the pièce de résistance, chat. Why she is nominated for Top Shill of the Week is for this take right here. And as you can see, she is on the supporting female LGBT characters. And her best way of supporting LGBTQ characters is to not cover the show. That's how bad this show is. That the only way Grace Randolph can support the show is by not covering it. Support these alphabet people characters is by not covering it. Hilarious, isn't it?
I really have loved the fact that The Last of Us has such, the game and now the show have had such wonderful female and LGBTQ characters.
Yes, and I'm sure the triggered Last of Us shills definitely love that as well. The LGBTQ characters, the political messaging, shoving this down your throats, literally and metaphorically, in this show. You must love that. Unfortunately, nobody else does. That's why the show is losing viewership on a weekly basis at a massive level.
And you haven't even met Lev, which is I feel bad because clearly Lev isn't going to be coming till season 3.
Yes, chat. And there's another character on the way, man. There's another one on the way. We're getting tranny. We're getting trans character. We're probably going to get a tranny sex scene in season 3, chat. You know, have we even had like a straight romance? I don't think we have. Maybe in season 1, but you know, the show's so bad. You can't, I don't even remember season 1 all that much. It's because the show's so bad. But like, was there even, I know Joel was straight. That's probably why they killed him off. But like, was there, like, did they delve this deeply into any straight relationship? Next one, well, they're gonna do the Abby one, so I guess we'll get one, unless they, you know, make her gay as well, which I wouldn't be surprised. And by the way, that scene's probably gonna be just as bad, if not worse, than this one was. But what do you think, chat? The odds are that the shills in the chat will be finger blasting themselves and jerking off to a nice and wonderful tranny sex scene in season 3. I hope Druckmann gives it to him. I think it's a very good chance, chat, that Druckmann will give that to them. Good for them, you know, good for them. It's good to feel represented, and then it's hilarious to us to watch that show then get rejected, just like season 2 has been rejected. Yeah, there we go. Trans zombies. And obviously, they will be the strongest zombies. Obviously, 100%. 100%. Exactly. Joel was a straight, white, masculine man, and that was evil, so that's why Druckmann killed him off. I mean, he was a fucking soy little bitch, though. I mean, in the game, Joel was straight and masculine and a great character, but like in the show, Druckmann really like cut his balls off in the show. He really did, especially at the beginning of season 2. Literally like going to therapy and crying his eyes out to a drunk drug addict therapist, and then which goes absolutely nowhere, by the way, because they killed him off. 31% of the show has dropped off since episode 2. And I guarantee I wouldn't be shocked if another 30% of that drops off after this fucking episode, you guys. Holy shit. Scissor me timbers, chat. Scissor me timbers.
Oh, scissor me timbers.
One of the worst things I've ever seen on television. The only thing worse than that was this fucking line.
Holy shit. I'm gonna be a dad. Yeah.
I mean, if I could ask Neil Druckmann one question, is like, why is he so pro mental illness? Why is he so pro mental illness and celebrating mental illness? I just don't understand it. Like, okay, say 2 moms. I get it. It's 2025. You could say 2 moms. Who the fuck cares? But, you know, he's got to be edgy. And wait till you guys hear Eric Voss's defense of that line. Eric Voss has a hilarious defense of this line. And I can't wait to get. So let's finish up with Gracie. We haven't even gotten to the best part of Gracie here yet, Chess. So let's get to that.
Which is EQ characters. And you haven't even met Lev, which is I feel bad because clearly Lev isn't going to be coming till season 3. And I don't know what the show is even going to look like at that point in terms of what the show looks like and what the fan base looks like. I don't know.
I mean, non-existent. The only people that are going to be watching the show are people like the ones in my video today.
I ain't got a good brain.
Know who's going to be left at that point.
And even Gracie understands that.
So that's been one of the things that I've loved so much. So now that I think that the show is doing those characters a disservice.
Even she says it, chat. Even Gracie says it, that Druckmann is doing these characters a disservice. I mean, he's definitely doing Bella Ramsey a disservice. If you see, like, all the screenshots of Bella Ramsey from this show looking like this, or have you seen the one where she's shooting the gun and there's that meme going out, like the meme with her like on the action figure? Like, that one's fucking hilarious. Like, seriously, the best part about this show are the fucking Bella Ramsey memes that we're getting out of it. I mean, that's the best part of the show. But here we go. Here's Grace Randolph's reasoning as to why she's not covering the show and why she's nominated for Top Show of the Week.
I don't want to contribute towards any negativity or have my commentary misconstrued to be made to look even more negative, which we know people do to me.
Yes, Grace's takes and Grace's commentary are always misconstrued. It's not that she's a complete fucking retard and says brain dead, retarded ass shit all the time. It's that it's being taken out of context. It's being misconstrued, right, Gracie?
Construed to be made to look even more negative, which we know people do to me with these characters. And so that is another reason that I chose not to continue to cover this show, because I did not want to add to the negativity surrounding these characters and this talent, and because I became nervous as to how things would be done. I agree, Mike, that Katie O'Brien, I think, would have done a better job with it.
Must not criticize LGBTQ lead characters and must not criticize show that was progressive and taking a step forward and giving great representation to LGBTQ characters. You must not criticize that show, even if it's bad, even if you personally don't like it. You must not criticize. It's your fucking job, Grace.